there, my name is Sarah Hunt and I am the product manager for Adobe Edge Animate. Today I'm going to show you how you can take your responsive composition built with Animate and then put that inside your responsive website built with Edge Reflow. And then at the end we're going to tie everything together with Edge code. So I've gone ahead and downloaded Animate, Edge code, and Reflow from creative.adobe.com with my Creative Cloud membership, and now I am good to go. So I'm going to get started inside of Animate. Now I have my animation already laid out on the timeline. I've added this animated gradient effect so I can get that really nice sunset color change. I have my clouds moving around, I have some birds flying around, and I was able to apply some CSS filters to these clouds to kind of emulate this, this depth of field effect. So those are available over in the properties panel on the side there. So one of the great things about Animate is that you can build responsive content using percentage-based layouts. So any element that you have inside of Animate, you can choose to set that in pixels, or you can choose to set that in percents. Now for this composition, I want this to be 100%, so it always scales, so it always fits 100% of the width of whatever container it's placed in. So I can toggle that back and forth, but I want to keep that at 100%. You can also pin things to different coordinates of your stage. So I have this right curly brace over here, but I want this to always stay pinned to the right side of the stage. So as my browser resizes or as I come across a different viewport, that's always in view in the place I wanted. And I just set that position for that over in this position matrix under position and size in the properties panel. So I'm pretty happy with this. Let's go ahead and see how this looks. So this is my composition here. You can see I've added this really neat parallax effect. My clouds are all animating. And then you can see that when I start to resize this view here, this curly brace stays pinned to that right corner of the stage. And you can also see that my text starts to reflow once it gets down to that smaller viewport. So I'm happy with this, but now what if I want to take this and put this inside of a responsive-based website? Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to do with Edge Reflow. So I've gone ahead and built out this Reflow project here. I have the advantage of being able to see how my content responds to the browser. So I have different breakpoints set up here. See that this is what I want my project to look like on mobile. This is what I want it to look like when it gets to about 890 pixels. And this will be about my normal desktop view. So the way this is going to work is I know that I want to have my Animate content sit about here in this box. First we need to create a preview from the Reflow files, and then I'm going to take my Animate composition and embed it inside of the preview. So the first thing I have to do is make sure my Animate composition can adapt to the box that I have set out here. And the way I'm going to do this is set the height of this to be auto, because I might not necessarily know what the height of my Animate composition is, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to say auto, and I'm going to do that over by clicking this toggle here, switching to auto, and then I want to push that to be the default style for all my breakpoints. So I'm going to click on this button here, and now this box has been set to auto for each one of my different breakpoints. Now this doesn't look too great here, but that's okay because it's only a placeholder for now. And the width of this I have set to about 94%, but this is fine since in Animate, when I specify that 100% width, it's going to automatically fill to fit whatever width of the parent container I have. So I'm going to go ahead and create a preview of this that I can use to view inside of Chrome. So I'm going to go to Preview in Chrome. And what this did is it gave me the HTML output from my Reflow project here. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out. So I have my Reflow project, and this is that Reflow file that I just had open there. But inside of my assets, I now have this preview folder, which is where all that HTML is contained. So I have this index.html file, which we're going to be working with later. So now I'm going to hop back into Animate, and I'm all happy with this composition. I'm going to go ahead and save, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish these Animate files so they live beside the Reflow project files. So I'm going to go into my publish settings, Now, by default, this is going to give you a published directory that's relative to your Animate composition. I'm going to click on this published directory icon. So this is going to let me change the target of my output so it lives beside all of my Reflow files. So I'm going to go to my Reflow project, into my assets, and this preview folder here, this is the folder that I want to select. So I'm going to click on choose. And now when I publish my files, everything is going to get published in the same spot, and then I'm going to be ready to merge them all together. So if I go back into Finder, you can see that those Animate files now live beside all of my Reflow files. So now what I want to do is I want to take that Animate piece and actually put it inside the HTML of my Reflow project. And I'm going to go ahead and do this using Edge Code. So I'm going to bring up Edge Code, and then I'm going to open those HTML files and show you how you can copy and paste some of that code to make everything work. So I'm just going to go ahead and open. I'm going to look for that Reflow project files. And now I have two HTML files in here, and I want to grab both of these because I'm going to be copying and pasting from this Animate file and pasting it into the Reflow HTML. So I'm going to go ahead and select both of those. So this is the Animate file here, and now there's only two parts that you have to worry about. We're going to be copying this little bit of code here. So anything that's inside of these Adobe Edge runtime comments, and then we're also going to be grabbing that div for the stage. So I'm going to start off, and I'm just going to copy and paste this. I'm going to edit copy, and then I'm going to go over into that Reflow file. And now I want these to paste right before the end of my head tag here. So this is saying, hey, all of that JavaScript, I want it to be included right before the body starts to load. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste those inside of here. Now I'm going to go back over into this Animate file and copy this stage div right here. You only have to worry about copying this one div tag and then that closing div tag. And this is the container that the Animate composition lives inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that, go back over into my Reflow project file, and I know that the box that I wanted to put that inside of was called box 1. It was that first box that I had inside of my Reflow project. So all I'm going to do is just push enter, give myself a little bit of space, and then I'm going to paste my stage. So all I did was take that Animate container, paste it inside of that box I wanted, and now I am good to go. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and then I'm going to preview this inside of Chrome to check it out. So now you can see this is that Animate composition I built. I have all my timeline animation playing back. I have the advantage of that great interactivity. Click. So this is my responsive Animate composition that is living inside of my responsive website. And you can see as I start to resize this, we can take a peek at what this looks as everything scales down. So this is what it looks like on that smaller viewport. This is what it looks like on that larger desktop view, and you can play around and see how your content is going to start to respond. So there you have it, percentage-based design in Animate brought into your responsive website with Edge Reflow and brought all together with Edge Code. Give it a try and see what you can create. Thanks for watching.